Hello, Roy Mithril here once again, getting back to the Pikmin 1 No Deaths run. It's day 3 and we're headed back to the Forest of Hope. Today we're going to be getting a total of 3 new parts. The main danger of this day is we have to deal with a lot of spotty Bulborbs, so hopefully the crushing glitch leaves us alone. We're going to start things off by getting as many yellow flowers as we possibly can. When you call Pikmin out of the onions, it always prioritizes flowers first, then buds, and finally leaves. So the more flowers you have of every color, the better. There's some delicious nectar. Quite a bit of it, in fact. I think we may have taken care of everyone there. But we don't actually need 55 yellows just yet. We only really want 20 at this point. So let's put the excess away. When you put Pikmin back into the onions, it doesn't really have any kind of prioritization there. It's basically just whoever's closest. So we have some spare nectar over there. I think we're going to have a few straggling red leaves. We can probably go over there and take care of this problem. There we go. Alright. So we're going to start by separating everyone out, and we'll gather all the yellows. Thanks to their high jump ability, they can get up here and grab this 20 pellet. It's their color, they should have it anyway. The reds, meanwhile, are going to come over here and deal with these Bulborbs. A note about reds, they have higher attack power than other colors of Pikmin, so they're going to be your main fighting force. Okay, still at 100, everyone accounted for, so we'll get the reds to work on breaking down that black bramble gate. It'll take a little longer than getting rid of a white gate, but we have a lot of other things we need to take care of first, so it doesn't really matter too much. We'll start by getting rid of all these sheer grubs. They're kind of supremely in the way here. Okay. Oh, I apparently missed one earlier. There we go. Alright. So the reds are still busy there. We're going to go ahead and occupy these yellows a bit. We'll have them carry a few more things back to the onion. Because that's going to be kind of a sub-goal for today, is just getting as many things back to the yellow onion as we can, to bolster their numbers a bit. The reds are almost done. Just a little more to go, and they're through. So, now they get to go down this path. A few more Bulborbs to deal with. Generally, when using the swarming method, you kind of want to approach from behind. And there we go, everyone's still accounted for. And I've found the Nova Blaster. This emits a dazzling burst of light, capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blasts can travel in the currents of space-time, smashing through stars and into the rifts of space. So, time to go ahead and start carrying this back. A lot of people wonder why, if Olimar had that, he didn't just smash that meteor before it smacked the dolphin. According to the story in the manual, the dolphin was currently in autopilot mode at the time. So basically, that's why. I'd really just like to get one of you here. There we go. Okay, so the Reds are carrying back a bit of a bounty. They've got the Nova Blaster turned in. Nova Blaster. This is a weapon of such incredible destructive force that it can blast stars into tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. So that's 4 out of 30. One more to increase the ship's abilities. So while the Reds are otherwise occupied, let's take the Yellows again. We need 9 bomb rocks. And that is a honey wisp. If you throw a Pikmin at it, it'll knock loose one little bit of nectar. But you can't really swarm it as easily as you can nectar that comes from grass, so it doesn't really tend to be as worthwhile. So I have all the bomb rocks that I need. So let's separate the troops. We're going to get the unarmed Yellows to carry back all the sheer grubs here. I want them out of the way. Otherwise, when I toss the Yellows that have the bomb rocks, they might get confused in trying to retreat, and that's just a bad time all around. Okay. So we have a black bomb wall here. It takes 9 explosions to get rid of it. One more. And there we go. We'll worry about the part that's in there a little bit later. For now, go ahead and carry some things back. You might notice that the colors on the pellet posies at this point start cycling. It makes it a little harder to get the color that you really want. But hey, food is food. Also, you might notice that some of them are lighting up blue. A little hint of things to come. Okay. So the Reds have scattered a little bit. Some of them have latched onto to the things being carried back by Yellows. Okay, let's just go ahead and get everybody. Alright, there we go. Separate out again. And we're going to take the Reds with us. The Reds need to come over here. We need to toss them all up here. It's a bit tedious, but it's the only way to really get them up here. Yeah, you can see the Bulborb over there. We're going to need to deal with him. Olimar goes up via this route. Okay, let's reunite with the troops. Make sure everyone gets around this corner here. Come around behind, and swarm. And we're all still good. So let's get them carrying this back. And we also have the shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place. Usually. So we'll get them carrying this back too. So one thing worth noting, If Pikmin of multiple colors start carrying things back to the onion, it'll go toward the onion of whoever's carrying the most of the weight. Like if something is being carried by 10 Pikmin, 6 of them are yellow but 4 are red, it'll go toward the yellow onion. I'm not actually sure what happens in the case of an absolute tie. Shock Absorber. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experienced in typical spaceflight. We have 5 out of 30 parts, increasing the dolphin's capabilities. My search can now cover a wider area. Truly glorious. Okay, at this point, we're almost done with things. We're gonna take the reds. They have one last bit of fighting to do for the day. Basically what this is gonna be is set up for a later day. It's less that I have to worry about when I get to this part. Stop stumbling. I can't even blame Sakurai for that. He wasn't in on this game, I don't think. Okay. Swarm. Everybody's still present and accounted for. Let's try and lure this dwarf Bulborb. Okay, good. And... Swarm! Everyone present and accounted for. Excellent. Okay. Stay with the group. So at this point the reds are more or less done for the day, but we'll give them one last task. And that'll be to come over here and deal with this part. It's the Extraordinary Bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me it is of extraordinary quality that's indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary is a secret, but just look at it! Extraordinary! So let's swarm this and get them carrying it back. But with that, we've got all the parts that I was after for the day. So from here on out, it's just going to be swelling the numbers. So at this point, I largely just want to get a bunch of yellow Pikmin. So we'll put them away. Gather our yellows. And get out a few more yellows. Okay, so they've got the bolt back, and that's put away. Extraordinary Bolt. This bolt's bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. That's 6 out of 30. And we're going to need another 6 to expand the ship's capabilities again. Okay, so at this point, we can just go ahead and get out all yellows. So, put you guys away. Yep, that's going the wrong way. There we go. So going ahead and going for more nectar at this point might not be a bad idea. How kind is the game feeling like being? Not very. And this is why you can't always count on nectar. Okay. So, yeah, that was just a pointless time sink, and it perfectly illustrates my point from day 2. Yeah, the nectar dropped by honey wisps, you just can't swarm it as well, so it's usually not as efficient a thing to go after. And you end up throwing Pikmin all over the place, and then you have to gather them all back up. And it's just kind of a mess. We also have an iridescent flint beetle. I want to keep my Pikmin away from that. they'll just start chasing those things around without your telling them to do so. So it's a good way of just getting a bunch of Pikmin lost. If you manage to Goomba Stomp them, they'll drop pellets and sometimes nectar. So if you can keep an eye on everyone, it's not a bad idea to go after them. But it can be a bit of a hassle. So we're going to be getting quite a few yellows. We're gathering a bunch of stuff. But it is getting dark. I think more or less... Oh, well, we do have one more pellet we can go after. We should have enough time to get that back to the onion. Because, I mean, essentially, if you're not planning on losing any Pikmin, which I'm not, you only really need a maximum of 100 of every color. But it's still fun to go ahead and swell those numbers. Okay, time is getting short. Are you guys gonna get the stuff back in time? No, I don't really think you are. Oh well, we got enough stuff back. We swelled the troops quite a bit. The important thing is we didn't lose anybody. We got the 3 parts I was after, no one was lost, we swelled the ranks of the yellows quite a good bit. All in all, I'd call that pretty successful. And you, sir, win nothing. 3 days since impact. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb rock carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X, or when I grab one for a moment by holding A. So, no one lost. We sprouted 142 Pikmin today. So we now have 123 reds and 164 yellows. Yeah, considering we started the day with 55 of them, yeah, that helped. So we're missing 24 parts and we've got 27 days to find them. We're doing pretty good. So let's go ahead and save and quit for now. And we've discovered a new area. The Forest Navel. We'll explore this place next time. But for now, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. So I really don't have anything particularly extra to show for day 3 here. So, some of you might be wondering, how did I first get into Pikmin? Well, the year was 2001. I was living in Florida attending Full Sail, and as a Christmas present that year, I received my very own Nintendo GameCube. And the first game that I got for the GameCube was...
Super Smash Brothers Melee!
Yeah, Smash Bros. Melee was basically the system seller for me. In fact, I actually had the game before I had the system. One of my classmates at Full Sail had a spare copy of the game and sold it to me for cheap. I'd played the original Super Smash Bros. On the N64, and instantly fell in love with the series. It's just a whole lot of fun. So when I found out there was going to be one for the GameCube, I really wanted to have it. And then I got the GameCube for Christmas, and everything fell right into place. A new feature added to Smash Bros. Melee was the Trophy Gallery. In going through the game, you could unlock figures of various characters and items from Nintendo's history. Some you could buy through the lottery, others you had to do specific things to unlock them. Product placement. And man, that one was a pain to get. One such trophy with special requirements was the Captain Olimar trophy. You only got this trophy if your memory card had a save file for both Smash Bros. Melee and Pikmin. So, yes, it was my obsessive collection of trophies that led me to try Pikmin in the first place. I lived near a Blockbuster Video while I was attending Full Sail, so I went there, rented a copy of Pikmin, played it, got the save file I needed to get the trophy, and then found that Pikmin was a really fun game, and so I kept playing that more and more. And I'm really glad that I did. It's a super fun game, and I'm glad that Smash Bros. Melee introduced me to it.